So a moth walks into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist says, "Mr. Mothman, what's the problem today?" And the moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin? I work all night, I get no pay, and nobody seems to appreciate me." The podiatrist says, "Is that so?" The moth says, "That's not even the worst of it. My daughter, Alexandria, was lost in the cold last winter. And my son, this part hurts me to say the most, but I don't love him anymore. Every time I look at him, all I see is a cold cowardice face that I see when I look at myself in the mirror. Cowardice, if it was stronger, I would end this once and for all." And the podiatrist says, "Geez, Moth, I don't even know what to say. Why'd you come here? You need a therapist." The Moth says, "Well, the light was on." So the reason I told that story is because moths have a lot of emotions, and no one seems to care about it when they're calling them stupid, or killing them for no reason, or making one of these moth memes that have come up. You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure one from Tinder one, but yeah, there's an example of the moth meme. So I'm not going to stand up here and talk about how much I love moths, because I don't, because that'd be weird. But, you know.
Wait.
Huh?
Sorry.
Okay.
I can't see really well.
So, yeah. So what I'm going to talk about is why moths deserve more respect, because they got a lot more disrespect than they deserve. So to begin with, National Geographic did a survey, and they concluded that 66% of people either know nothing about moths, or the only thing they know about moths is that they like light. But they actually don't like light at all. It doesn't even make sense that people think they like light, because they only go out at night. If they like the light so much, then they'd go out during the day when the sun is out. But, so the reason that people think that moths like light, there's a YouTube video that says it, but I'll just describe it myself. So, the moths, if you ever go outside at night, it's dark, so it's hard to see. So the way they see is they use the light of the moon to guide them. So like the moon is to the right of them. They'll use the moon to go straight and keep the moon to the right. So that's how they go straight and go place to place. And moths have been around for 200 million years. And for all that time, that's been effective. But then some jerk invented light. And then, so now they'll think that the light is the moon, like the ultraviolet lights. So they'll be going, and then they'll get to the light, and they'll just start going in circles around it instead of, getting to their next place, which is actually kind of funny. But then eventually, they'll hit the light, get electrocuted, and die, which isn't that funny at all. So basically, it's not the moth's fault that they are attracted to light, because they're actually not. So next, moths are actually good. So people think they're pests and try to kill them, but they're not. First of all, moths don't sting or bite or anything. That's really the only annoying thing about moths, or about insects to me. When they bite, like mosquitoes are the worst. But moths don't do that. So the only way they could hurt you is if you eat them. And I really don't think anyone would eat a moth, because that's gross. But you would die because they're poisonous. So don't eat a moth. Also, moths are very important parts of the food chain. So moths get eaten by birds and bats, and then other animals eat birds and bats. So if you kill all the moths, then the food chain is going to get all messed up, and eventually humans are going to get the worst of that. And lastly, moths are important pollinators. So every night they go and pollinate the flowers, and people think it's just like bees and butterflies that do it, but no, it's actually moths that do it as well. Lastly, does anyone here like butterflies? Yeah, so many people like butterflies. Does anyone here like moths? No. Oh, well, yeah. You don't actually like moths. You don't dislike moths. So the only actual difference between moths and butterflies is that butterflies go out during the day and moths go out during the night. So basically the only reason people murder moths is because they're ugly. And I feel like you can't just kill someone because they're ugly. If you can, then I should be a little nervous, I feel like. So basically, in conclusion, moths aren't just a butterfly's ugly stepsister. They're actually super cool, they are smart, not stupid at all, and they do tons of things good for our environment. And if you got anything from this, I hope that if you ever see someone try to kill a moth, sick.